Man, we're gonna lose. We're gonna lose that game. He's not gonna do well, bro. He's gonna fail as usual. I mean, he might get a touchdown. He'll probably get at least a touchdown, but he'll get at least he might get 2 touchdowns. I'd be happy if he gets 2 touchdowns against that.
Are you listening?
Flexing after this game, it's such a relief to finally get the monkey off the back. Ronbo here, representing the Niner Empire organization worldwide. And hey, you still mad, ain't you? What? You know what? Can I just say this before I say anything else? He is not. Myles Garrett is not the only guy in the draft that can impact a team. And get over it already. And besides, let's look at some of the positives in this game. Number 1, did you see Trent Brown? I checked out some footage on Trent Brown, and he was talking about moving over from right tackle to left tackle. I was so impressed. You know, he pointed out and explained all the things that he's learned from moving from right tackle to left tackle. He played left tackle when he's back in school anyway, but he hadn't played in a while since he's been playing with the 49ers, right? Some of the things he says he recognizes now when he sees them. He knows what call to make here and there. And he's even talked about how he's aware of the fact that his run blocking could improve, and he knows what he needs to do. He knows. He even predicted next year should be a very good year for Trent. Looking forward to that. See, this is all you want to see. In this situation, if we're going to lose every game, at least it needs to pay some dividends. If Trent's learning things, good. And then you got Big Buckner. Buck said, I want 70 tackles this year, and I need 6 sacks. He did it. I'm so proud of that dude because I wanted him at the beginning of the season so bad. I said, give me Buck, give me Buck, give me. We got Buck. And Buck, next year, again, another dude that's going to be huge. You see, this is why when people say the 49ers don't have any talent, they have developing talent. And then you got Rashard Robinson. Man, he's maturing way ahead of his years, too. I was checking him out, his after game, and he was talking about some of the things, how his team hadn't given up, how they still apply themselves as if they was on their way to the playoffs. See, this is an attitude that you're not going to get. It's not something it has to be an inborn thing. And that's 3 guys I'm talking about. The 4th guy I'm talking about is Ronald Blair. Again with the sack. He needs to get more action, and he will. He will. The young 49ers, the next generation of the Gold Rush. They look good in this game, and I'm looking forward to what's going to happen next. Here's the thing, though. They all give credit, as far as Blair and as well as Rashard, they both give credit to Jim O'Neill. I got to tell you something right now. I know you don't want to hear this. Jim O'Neill is probably not going to get fired either. I already said I don't think Trent Baalke's leaving. I really don't. And I know Chip Kelly's not leaving because I don't want Chip Kelly to leave anyway. So, if these guys love the coaches, they really want to play for them, let them stay. Let them stay. Because if the guys are going to bust their ass for them, that's what we're interested in. Right? So there you go. Positives on a negative season. You got to look for them now because before you know it, it'll be next season anyway. Hey, Wyatt, back in Hawaii, home on winter break. Check out and see what his feelings are on this Rams game, as well as projection for the Hawks game coming up this weekend. Fam, it's the last game of the season, and I know what you're thinking. It's just like I mentioned earlier, don't be mad if we win this game, okay? Because everybody's concerned about the draft. I got Wyatt here. We're going to talk about last game and this game some, too. And Wyatt, what's up, Wyatt?
Yee! What's up, Ronbo?
Brah.
Good. Thanks for having me on the show, man. Really appreciate it. Appreciate what you've been doing all along.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, stoked to be back on again. It's been a while.
I've known you for a long time now, Wyatt, because Wyatt drops in on the weekend shows, and we're talking all the time, and it's just so cool. But Wyatt, I got to tell you, man, the last game, well, you know what? When I think about last week, it was so surreal. It makes no sense, all right? We sat and we watched Cleveland win, And oh my God, oh! And 2 hours later, what do we do? Says, you know what? Because first let me start off with Chip Kelly, and for anybody who thought, let me not go any further than that. Chip Kelly, has he lost his team? Can be answered rather quickly. Wyatt, the guys are out there busting ass. And if you ask any of them how they feel about Chip Kelly, they got nothing but good things to say. This is nothing like Deshaun Jackson and LaShawn McCoy days. Everybody on the team loves Chip Kelly, So I'm wondering, did they come out there busting ass because of Chip? Were they auditioning in case they get ready to become free agents to go to another team? Or do they just plain not like the LA Rams? Where would you put this game? I mean, it was crazy watching that. I mean, they lost against the Falcons. They looked awful, and then we come in playing like this.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think we all knew the game against the Falcons was going to be a slaughter fest. Just because the Falcons are on like a whole nother level, man. Especially that offense, best offense in the league against, arguably one of the worst defenses in the league for us. So
no, we are the worst.
We knew that one.
That
was going to be.
It's documented.
What's that?
We're the worst. It's documented. We are the worst.
Are we the worst?
Yeah, I just read it just 2 hours ago. We are the worst defense in the NFL.
Okay, but that has a lot to do with our injuries. But yeah, it's like. I think it's point A and C what you just listed.
All right.
So I think the players do like Chip. I think he has learned a lot from his time in Philly. He's learned just to kind of stay in his own lane, make the players like him. He by doing that he's uniting the players also, and also the rivalry with the Rams, man. I mean, like. We all knew, and the players knew that they were looking for revenge this game, and they were gonna play angry, and it looks like they had it up until like the fourth quarter, and then we came back surprisingly we actually scored in the second half, Ronbo. We actually scored in the second half. Kaepernick, he actually came out with a comeback, come back from behind in the fourth quarter, which is kind of rare. I think he only has like maybe like 7 or 8, but. That was nice. It was nice to see that as a fan, man. Even though we lost that first pick, still, it's like you gotta look at it. It's like nothing changed. We still have the second pick. Cleveland still has the first pick, and is Cleveland picking? If they don't trade down, it's Cleveland's picking still. So we'll see. I mean, if they get Garrett, I'll be bummed. A bunch of people will be bummed too, but. We'll see what happens. We're still a long ways away.
Yeah.
We're still a long ways away.
But remember last season, and you and several others, you guys even convinced me of it. Jared.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I was on that Jared bandwagon, man. I was on that train, dude.
You know what,
man, bro? Like,
I don't think he's bad, but I think he needs seasoning, and he needed to sit behind a veteran for at least minimum of a year. And then, maybe 2018, he comes out and makes a shot for it. But, if we would have got him, I don't know where he'd be. He'd be on the bench, obviously. But, I mean, I don't know. Why? You could be right. It could still have been a good pick. He's not really ready, but it still could end up being a good pick. And some analysts are already saying, for sure, he's got what it takes to be a pro quarterback. I mean, and a franchise quarterback. So it could change. It could,
Yeah, because on the throws he does make, on the passes he does make, they look really nice,
not bad
really
at all.
pretty.
Not bad
He's accurate.
Yeah.
Except for that one that went to Rashard Robinson.
Yeah.
but no, I can see him. I mean, he needs seasoning. My biggest gripe with him is that he looks like a kid out there, man. Right, he looks like, he's just like super skinny. He's got that super skinny frame. It looks like he can just break at any moment.
Really thin.
I'm surprised Richard Sherman didn't kill him that last game.
Damn near.
Against the Seahawks. And he needs to bulk up.
Yeah.
He needs to bulk up, and
he knew this.
He needs more of like the Rams O-line isn't that good either.
Yeah. And they got no draft picks for the future to help him out. I don't know what they're going to do.
He does. He seems to throw better from the shotgun, which isn't surprising because he came from the spread, that bear raid defense or offense. Cal. Which is why I thought that he would work well under Chip Kelly's system because that's all we do is
throw from the shotgun.
But I don't know. He needs some seasoning.
Why?
He needs some experience.
All right. Now here's the thing about the front office, because everybody's going to be talking about this soon. What do you think is going to happen as opposed to, now what would you like to happen as opposed to the reality of what's going to happen in the front office? Because everybody's got Trent Baalke leaving. And a lot of people say, Chris, that we're saying goodbye also to Kelly. You know, Jim O'Neill, you are done. You know, I mean, what are you looking at that really may happen?
I think it'll be a guarantee that Baalke leaves, even though he's still doing his scouting and his general manager duties.
Yeah.
And that's mainly because he still is the GM, you know. You can't just expect him to. You can't just let him, you know, just stay at the house all day and watch, you know, episodes of Friends, you know, and he's still got to do his job, regardless of him having that job at the end of the season or not. So I think he'll be fired. I mean, that just seems to be the speculation around the league, around all the media sources, and so far all the media has been pretty spot on these past few years about all the leaks that have come out of San Francisco
intentionally.
So I think he's gone. I think Chip is staying. I think he's staying mainly because we're not trying to look like the Browns here. We're not trying to look like Cleveland when it comes to hiring a new coach every year. I mean, if we fire him and get a new coach, it'll be our third head coach in
as many years.
In 3 years or whatever, yeah. So that won't look good.
Yeah.
Even if he doesn't turn out to be the one, they're not going to fire him just to kind of save face on the organization. And truthfully, I want him to stay. I want to see him. I want to see. Hopefully, Cap stays too.
Yeah.
I know he's going to void his contract though, and which every player does. You know, as you know, when that happens, when they become free agents. But I want to see him under Chip. I want to see Cap under Chip Kelly for at least another season.
And you know,
because it's looking like it's starting to kind of shape up a little bit, even though Cap still shows those kind of bad tendencies.
Capisms. That he's gonna have to correct
Capisms.
Those, right. Speaking of which, Cap has got. This is the team that gives Cap the most trouble in the entire NFL. He sees them every year. Is this going to be the particular Sunday that Cap comes out of a bag? Because why? This is a year they look more vulnerable than ever. I mean, they look so pedestrian average. I mean, the Hawks, they're just not that scary right now. I mean, they can actually be beat. They're vulnerable. They just lost Tyler Lockett last week, which is always a deep that scores against us at least once each game. But I mean, will Wyatt, will he go after that defense? Will he not be fearful of Richard Sherman? Will he get out there and just be yourself, Cap, relax and play? Or what's going to happen to him?
Man, we're gonna lose. We're gonna lose that game. He's not gonna do well, bro. He's gonna fail as usual. I mean, he might get a touchdown. He'll probably get at least a touchdown, but he'll get at least he might get 2 touchdowns. I'd be happy if he gets 2 touchdowns against that defense without Earl Thomas. Ever since Earl Thomas went down, they've been you know, they're not the same. And he's like the real glue to that Legion of Boom.
Yeah, him and Cam.
But I mean, okay, so we don't have Hyde anymore.
Yeah.
Hyde was dude, he was having the best season. You know, so we're gonna have to rely on Drone and Harris, which. We need more than that to beat the Seahawks.
And we don't even have McDonald.
We don't have McDonald. We're relying on Selleck, who is 50-50 at times.
30.
We don't have Torrey Smith.
Yeah.
I mean, the only plus is that we're playing at home.
Yeah.
So
I forgot about that part.
And then the Seahawks aren't the same when they're away from Seattle. So
this could be the
it probably won't be a slaughter, but we probably won't win either.
I mean, I'm building Cap up way up here like he's coming in like the champion, and Wyatt drops him right on out of the picture, you know. We're losing this game.
Yeah, we're losing, man. We're losing. I mean, I don't see us winning this.
Hey,
it'd be cool to have Chip, to see Chip mix it up with the passes and runs, because I think that's the effective way to beat the Seahawks, is just to mix it up, you know. Because as soon as they make Cap one-dimensional, as soon as they make him, you know, as soon as they keep him in the pocket and make him pass, make him throw, it's over. Yeah, it's over. Cap needs to be on. He needs to be on the run, on the move.
Yeah,
you know, in order to utilize his full capabilities.
Because What if you had to give a score though? I mean, Seattle's like. Do you see them scoring a lot of runs though against us? A lot of points.
No, not at our house, but you never know. I mean,
so we're gonna lose what? 17-3.
They don't have 17. Would you say 17-3?
Phil Dawson
actually
comes. Phil Dawson goes out and misses 2 field goals, so he's only gonna make one of them. I don't know what's going on with Phil.
I think it'll be like 21-13.
Yeah, I know. So like a lot like last week's game then. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Except it was like last week's game was like 21-22.
22-21, and we had to come back and get them in the. Because coming back on the Seahawks is another story though compared to the Rams. And our offensive line is.
Something happened to Rawls, right? Didn't he get injured or something? Or
again?
Because I saw this report from Bleacher Report today saying they were checking out a couple running backs,
just for the last game,
including LaMichael James.
Oh God!
You see that?
I gotta go check that out.
They're trying him out. When's the last time did that guy play?
I mean,
probably with us.
Yeah, no, he played with Miami, I think, for a few minutes. I don't know if he got in the game,
okay.
But here's what I want to know: how do you get a running back ready with a week to go? I mean, how do you run him through
panicking?
Yeah, how do you run him through plays, or what do you do? You know, this is why I say
I was gonna say they're bumming that they released Kristen Michael,
and he can't,
because now he's balling out with the Packers, and the Packers are on the rise.
Didn't the Packers beat them that game a couple of weeks ago? Did the Packers win against the Seahawks? God, I can't remember. I know that Kristen was just loving it. He was out there running all over the Seahawks. So, I can't remember the score. Dang it. But anyway.
I don't know. That's a good.
It's going to be interesting because here's the thing. Next year, I think what's his name?
Pro-size?
Yeah, Pro-size. Guy's better than I thought. I saw him before he got hurt. I didn't really see. I heard about him, so he's going to be pretty good. But Seattle has no more beast mode.
No more beast mode.
And let's face it, that offensive line is wearing Russell out. He's starting to look a little more feeble now, and you can't get beat up for 3 years in a row because the Seahawks do not invest in their offensive line and expect him to continue to be as effective. So next year, if they get the same team, why I can tell you right now, between this 49er team that's going to get a little better next year and probably be a little more up with the pack, they won't come in last next season. And the Rams, I don't know what they can do to add to their team, but I see the Rams versus the 49ers pretty much dominating that division because the Cardinals are finished too. Ridiculous.
Yeah. So. I know. It's looking like they might draft the quarterback this year to replace old man Palmer.
There you go. You know what it's time for, don't you? I'm going to give you the 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1.
Niners. I switched it up a little bit.
Yeah, I noticed that. It was even more cool than last time. Thank you, Wyatt. Mahalo, brother. I got to tell you right now, though, it seems Wyatt, everybody's got the same kind of thoughts about this game. Wyatt is not predicting a 2-game win streak.
Ronbo!
Yeah!
Remember how you told me we was gonna beat Seattle this year?
Yeah, I wasn't playing.
You a damn lie.
What?
We gonna win this game Sunday?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, because Seattle just ain't all that.
No. Don't tell me. Tell them.
Yeah, well, I can tell them.
I'm gone.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
Still waiting on my money, Ronbo.
You know what? Let me say this. I was just watching the Seattle and Arizona Cardinals game. Seattle looks as average a team as you're going to get. I'm looking forward to next year because Seattle they're falling apart piece by piece, little by little. Lingering injuries are going on. Cam Stance was out of that game for a percentage of the game, staying on the sidelines because he was hurt. They damn near killed. I mean, Russell Wilson went down 6 times in this game. The offensive line is now worse than it's ever been. So you see, you think I won't say it? I'm gonna tell you right now. Yeah, I wasn't kidding. 49ers are gonna win this game. They are not all that. When you take the Hawks out of the clink, especially now, when they look as average as they do, they can be beat. And the 49ers may have built up enough confidence last week to go ahead and take that momentum. into this game. 49ers will win this game 27-22. I ain't scared. Tell you that right now. Niners, baby. Niners. Besides Tyler Lockett, you know what? I really felt bad about Tyler Lockett. You know, as bad as I hate the Hawks, I felt sorry for him. He was laying down on the ground, his ankle is busted. Did you see that replay? His leg was actually wiggling in the air. Ooh, it's really, it is scary. So, I want to wish Tyler, man, get well, bro. I don't like the Hawks, but I don't want to see nobody get hurt like that. I feel bad for him. Okay, before I beat feet out of here, I want you to check something out. Jose Santana has got a CD he finally completed. And we're going to hear a cut. But first, let's hear from Jose. And Jose's going to tell you a little bit about the album. Jose!
So the name of the album is Kings of the Tailgate. We got 16 tracks on there. A la Joe Montana, you know what I mean? And basically, it's a dedication to the fans, man. Like I say, on one of the songs here, Niner Party at the end, this album, it's not for the players, it's not for the front office, it's for the fans. It's for the people that tailgate, for the people that are at home. I don't care if you go to the games or not. That doesn't make you a real fan. Because some people can financially do that, and some people cannot. A real Niner fan is somebody who's repping the Niners regardless of the record. So this album, this is what the dedication of this album is. That's what drove me to make this album. And I just want to let everybody know we're the Kings of the Tailgate. That's what that is.
Jose! That album is dope! Woo! Loving it! Tell you what, I'm gonna see you in your face at your place. We're gonna enjoy this last game of the season, riding out into the sunset with a win. I said it. Anybody says, did he say it? He said it, okay? Hit like if you do. Share and subscribe. But listen, before I leave, I want to hear a track from that album. Kings of the Tailgate. Give me a little bit. Oh, yeah.